Christmas mug again. I got a bunch of these. All right, we are going to fly on this podcast because it is Monday. Monday, I have my Campfire Q&A where every member of my community at any level, to be honest, can come to this Q&A and ask me any questions they need help on, whether it's lead gen or making $1 million inside of 12 months. I've done that with a lot of people to help them get there. Health issues, marriage issues, psychology issues, business issues. It doesn't matter what it is. Just throw it at me. That's what I do. It's a fun call. It's my favorite call. We usually have a packed house. Here's what I was thinking when I was inside. I was talking to Brandy. Who's making the decisions of your life? And I talked about this on Saturday on my Spartan Live call. But you stop pretending you're confused. And actually, it was my daughter that made me think of this initially because she went, I'm confused. But she wasn't. She was using it as an excuse to make, honestly, a really boneheaded decision. You know exactly, look at you guys. You know exactly what you want. You've been thinking about whatever it is that you want. Think about your life. Think about where you are right now and think about what you want. You've been thinking about it for months, if not years. You've talked about it with your spouse, your friends. You've talked about it with people online that you don't even know. You've read books on it, listened to podcasts on it, watched YouTube videos on it, scrolled Instagram on it nonstop. You know what you want. You want it's more muscle, more money, less fat, a bigger house, better house, nicer car, more energy, more time, less anxiety, no depression, a better relationship, better sex life, a business that prints cash while you sleep. None of this is complicated. The target is obvious. So the real question is, why don't you have it? Believe me, 4 years ago, I had to ask this question. I rolled out of the hospital in a wheelchair, missing a lung. But here's why I'm asking you this. Why don't you just have it? Why don't you have it right now? Why don't you? Who just started talking in your head? Who just started coming up with reasons in your head right now when I said, why don't you have it yet? You know that voice, the one that interrupts everything that you start coming up with. And so I'm trying. The one you use to validate to your friends, to me, to people online. You get in the comments and start bitching and complaining. Well, it's not that easy. Bro, you guys, it's not such that's pretty vague. That's pretty general. It doesn't work like that. I've got a lot going on right now. You don't understand what I've been through. I've spent the last year doing this. I've spent the last 2 years doing that. None of that matters. That voice is your opponent. It's not your trauma or your job or your bank account or your past or your parents or your genetics or your grandma or anything else that's going on in your life. That voice is the current version of who you are, and that's the one that's keeping you average. That's the one that's getting in the way of everything. Listen, here's how life works, and this is as blunt. You understand that when I come out here and I do these podcasts, it's because I'm coming from a place of love. Like, I give a crap about you guys. You either make the decisions, this is your life. You either make the decisions as the person you are right now, today, or you make the decisions as the person you want to become. And if somebody goes, oh, that's really cringy, I don't care. I'm still right, because if you're so busy making decisions as who you are right now, how are you going to change? You're trying to make decisions to stay comfortable, not to get to where you want to go. There's no exceptions. There's no gray area in this. Fat people stay fat until they start eating, training, and thinking like a fit person. Broke people stay broke until they spend, invest, and act like a wealthy person. Mediocre couples stay miserable until they communicate and lead and have passion and sex and wonderful life like people in a great, passionate, sensual, sexual, connected marriage. None of this is hard. Here's the rule. The decisions you make dictate the identity you keep. So the question is this, who's making the damn decisions? Because most people aren't making them. They're outsourcing them to comfort. If not comfort, they're outsourcing them to fear or circumstance or blame. It's to the version of themselves that's built for maintenance and mediocrity, not transformation. And when people go, not everybody wants to be rich and successful and happy and fit. Bull. Big, giant bullshit. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. There is no single human being on earth that goes, I would rather have a miserable, shitty, weak, fat, unhealthy, broke life than an exceptionally powerful, strong, loving, connected, deeply devoted to God, wealthy, fit, successful, long life. Nobody is going to argue against that. Listen, I'll show you how the trap works. Everybody wants to change. They try to create a new life using the decision-making operating system from the life that they're trying to escape from. How does that work? It can't. It can't work. You can't become something new by making the same choices that who made you what you are. Make it make sense. That's like trying to delete a file when the program is still running. You know what happens? That little window pops up and says can't. Here's how most people lose. They believe that this is the trap I've seen this because I've fallen into this trap myself, you guys. They believe they have time and they have options, and they believe that their comfort is an actual factor for their life. Just unpack that. Go look at the first part. I have time. Okay, let me ask you this. How many days do you have left? How many? Don't guess. Answer it. Give me an exact day. The real answer. I want to know. Let me know. I'll wait. You don't know. You have no idea, but I know this. You've got one less day today than you did yesterday. That's not motivation. That's not fluff. That's arithmetic. Math. You have one less day today than you had yesterday. And yet 99% of people conduct themselves, live like they're immortal. Y'all ain't vampires. This is what I hear all the time. I'll get to it when the time is right, when I have money, when I make the sale, when I sell the house, when I move, when I start the business, once I've been in business for 6 months, once my wife and I figure everything out, once the kids get older, after I get past this next season that's a little rough. All lies. You do not need more time. You need a higher urgency setting in your life. You need awareness that this is the moment right now, not next quarter, not next year, not 10 years from now, not when your schedule clears up, right damn now. Look at the second one. The one that, you guys, I'm working on it. You don't understand. You don't know how hard I'm working. You're not working hard at all because you're still where you are. Let me ask you, I'll ask you this. Do you want more money than you currently have? Just answer, right? You answer right to this podcast. Most people are going to say yes. And if you say no, you're lying. So here's the punch in the throat. Are you obsessed with it? Are you waking up and chasing after it every single day? Are you skipping vacations and late night Netflix and all the nonsense, the stupid lunches and dinners that you go out to with all these people that just want you to stay where you are? Are you skipping all of that to build the financial freedom and future that you keep talking about? You're not. Then you don't want money. You want the illusion of progress. You want to have just enough action out of yourself to say, I'm trying, but not enough to win. You know what you're doing is you're maintaining motion, but you're not creating any results. You confuse movement for progress. Here's what happens. You're doing just enough to not feel guilty, but not enough to make a single person, just so you know, respect you whatsoever, including yourself. And the worst of all is you actually believe your own excuses. You believe that movement equals progress. I'm not doubting you watch YouTube videos and read books and go to webinars and seminars and you take notes and you listen to Audible programs and you plan and you create Google Docs filled with ideas and you download all kinds of stuff from people just like me that give it out to you and say, do this, it'll change your life. And at the end of every damn week, your bank account still looks the same. Garbage. It's empty. Stop getting offended by the truth and actually do something so your truth becomes even better, because then it becomes the thing that you want. Your body still looks the same. Your marriage still feels the same because you're not doing the things that move the needle. You're just defending the identity that you claim to be wanting to evolve from, but you're not. Look at it clearly. Could you borrow the money to start the business? The answer is yes, right? Could you go to the gym today, right now? Can you change your diet and change what you eat? Could you hire a coach? Fire those loser friends that you've got. Have the uncomfortable conversation with your spouse. Start peptides, start TRT, cut the sugar, eat more protein, sleep earlier. All the things. You could do all of that starting right now today, but you don't. Why? Because it makes you uncomfortable. So you create this logic bubble around you to defend staying in the same place. Here, I'll even tell you what it sounds like. It's not the right time, Spartan. I'm just being responsible. Some of us have children and businesses and mortgages to take care of. Not all of us are rich. Yeah, except you know what? 4 years ago, I was broke. And I come out here every single friggin' day to give you the tools to change for free. You know what? I have to think about other people. It's not just about myself. That logic that you guys spew out exists for only one reason, and one reason only: to justify your lack of movement forward. Listen, here's the brutal reality that nobody wants to hear. Every excuse has logic, but no logic has ever created results. It's like, what was the last one I said in that list? Comfort, right? Comfort matters. Gotta have balance. This is the most BS toxic lie I've ever seen. You've been sold this idea that if something makes you uncomfortable, you should probably wait. You should balance it out so you don't feel any discomfort. If something makes you knotted up and anxious inside, it can't be healthy. It's got to be terrible. Have you ever built anything meaningful in your life while being comfortable? Yeah, exactly. No, you haven't. Discomfort is the tax that you pay for transformation, and not just a little discomfort. I'm talking the kind that makes the hair on your neck stand up, makes your palms sweat, that wakes you up at 2 a.m. staring at the ceiling fan, freaked out, that makes you doubt yourself, makes your family say, hey man, are you okay? That makes your friends uncomfortable just being around you because you're doing too much. That level of discomfort is the gateway. And if you're not living there, you ain't growing, son. If your life is structured around balance, consistency, and stability because some yo-yo Insta guru told you that's what you should do, you are never going to build anything worth talking about, including yourself. Let me tell you what growth actually feels like, because I had to struggle through this and I still do every day. It feels like anxiety and fear and being overwhelmed and just doing the damn things anyway. And if you don't feel any of that, it means your decisions are still being made by the version of you that is keeping you right where you are. So again, who is making the damn decisions in your life? Because if it's the person that you are right now, that's exactly why you're not where you want to be. And every time that you get in the arena and you defend your position to people that call you out, every time you justify your progress to someone just like me, every time you explain why it's harder for you than anybody else on the planet, you are reinforcing the very identity that you are trying to escape. And here's the trap. You can't want to be somebody new while defending the version you are. It's one or the other. You either defend your future or you protect your past. You can't do both. Let me give you the equation. It's simple. Desire times discomfort plus delay equals evolution. If you want it bad enough and you're willing to be uncomfortable enough and you stop waiting, you're going to move. You remove any one of those variables, nothing happens. Nothing changes ever. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Here's the blueprint. You start making decisions as if you are running out of time, because you are. You will be judged by results, not effort, because you will be. And you are the only damn thing standing in your way because you are. Start acting as if the future you is running out of time and is the one that's running the show, which means the future you needs to be making all the decisions, because the current version of you is just trying to avoid pain. That future version, it doesn't care how it feels, only what is produced. The version of you that is in the life that you keep talking about wishing and complaining about not having, that version of you doesn't need balance, doesn't need more time, sure as hell doesn't need permission. That's the only version that wins. That's the only version that wins. The reason most people never evolve is very simple. They make decisions based on where they are, not where they're going. And that is now considered, I'm being safe, I'm being logical, I'm playing smart. You're playing to lose. You know what winners do? I'm going that way, and whatever's in my way better move. Because the losers defend those decisions that keep them where they are with logic that sounds responsible but leads nowhere. You are not going to out-strategize being a coward or out-learn avoiding all the skill sets you need to develop. And you sure as hell can't start planning and writing down Google Docs and coming up with all kinds of ideas that are going to circumvent fear. You have to make a decision today, right now, because if you don't, you're going to become that person that spends, this is my favorite. I see these people all the time. Some of you guys, you become the person who spends 20 years on track. I'm on track to make my target, but you never actually move. You're one of those people that procrastinate 24/7, 365. You make a promise a year and a half ago, and a year and a half later, you're still in the same place making promises to the same people, executing absolutely zero. You say things like, I've been building, I got some things I got to take care of, I've been working on it, I'm trying, I hate this, it's just as frustrating for me, and all the results are going to prove otherwise. You have none. Stop asking for tactics or verification. Start asking better questions. Who's making the decisions in my life? Are they based on fear or an outcome? Am I building or am I defending? Am I actually uncomfortable or am I just pretending to be? Because until you answer these honestly, listen to me, I'm out here because I want you to win. But until you answer these honestly, you don't need new habits. You need to fire who's making the decisions right now and get a new person in their place. So ask, who's making the damn decisions, man? Because if it's not the version of you that wins, you never will. I gotta go. Never miss.